Hey, Salah for Lover, my name is Dance and welcome to the Greenroom Podcast, a podcast about all things music, specifically focused on all of our Pacifica artists all around the Moana, with artists, singers, musos, session musos, engineers, all of that good stuff. A place for them to tell their stories, their journey, what they're going to do in the future. And today, man, I'm really honored, privileged to be able to introduce not only, I guess, one of the best island reggae artists that we've been listening to the past couple of years, but he's also one of my good friends ever since his release of Love Me back in 2018. Mauso has gone from a breakthrough artist to, like I said, man, island reggae royalty. So, yeah, man, make some noise. I'm also the artist Fear on here today. Somehow.
Yeah. I can't lie. That was pretty bad.
I read that, practiced that like a few times. But yeah, so what? This has been your second One Love you've been on this year?
Second One Love, yep.
Yeah.
I came back in 2020.
Yeah.
Did my first one right before COVID. And yeah, it was a blast, bro.
Yeah, so it's been, I think, about 6 years since we met first time.
Yep.
Yeah, so shout out to Moso Samuels, who's probably watching
big
this.
love, Sammy.
Moso Johnny Sweet, wherever that guy is. Yeah, man, we've been linked since 6 years ago. Came on tour, Love Process Tour?
Yep.
Love Process Tour, and we did a few cities. Also, sorry, mini plug for my band, Village 92.
Oh, yeah.
We're
Shout
the one
out to
that backed
the Village
also.
90, man.
So, yeah, man. Also, Fear came back this year, and we're fortunate enough to be able to back him at One Love. And like I've told him this whole time, man, it's all love. Thank you so much, Moso.
Oh, man, it was a full circle moment. You know what I mean? To come back. I know we talked about it in those prior years before, you know, just I told myself if I ever do One Love, man, it would be such an honor to have you guys, you know, this is your guys' home. This is where you guys from. It's the biggest reggae festival that I know of in New Zealand. Yeah. So to be able to do it and have you guys on stage next to me, brother, it meant the world to me, brother.
Yeah, no, it was like I was telling the boys before, like Village 90, the other artists, they've been on for other people, but man, you and Johnny, first time we've been up there on the stage together. So yeah, me and Privilege. And I guess for whoever's going to listen to this, if you're a young muso, I guess where we want to start is like start your journey, Maus, like your upbringing, like life back in Hawaii.
For those who don't know me, my name is Fia. About 5'10", 220 on a good day, or 6'4" on a good day. Nah, I grew up I was born in California, raised all the way till I probably was like 8 years old. Moved to Hawaii at a young age, and I was raised there pretty much my whole life. Yeah. I grew up on the west side. A lot of people know that side as the fun side. I come from a place called Nanakuli. A lot of greats came from there. So like Langa Savea, my brother Kako, Carl Noah, Hot Rain guitar player. But yeah, we come from a little city back there and really stick together as far as the music. You know what I mean? Got to link up with the brother Langa. Rest in peace to my brother right there, man. He showed me the ins and outs. You know, we got to do a little gig together for our cousin. And he found out I could sing, and that's where my music journey pretty much started as far as studio sessions. Never been in a studio session. I was about 12 years old. Took me into the studio after we did our cousin's wedding, and he just wanted me to sit there, just listen to like how he creates stuff. And when I say this is one of the most mind-blowing things I've ever been through, I didn't know what was happening. But as I was listening to, like, man, you just realize, like, man, Lango had a different ear when it came to music. And I feel like that has a lot of inspiration on who I am today and on how I like to carry my music. It's very harmony influenced, you know, going back to the roots of just like harmony singing in church. You know, I grew up in a, Samoan, traditional Samoan church, you know, and where we sit there singing a lot of the hymns, the beautiful harmonies of the altos, the sopranos, the tenors, bass. And I seen a lot of that in Langa style. And so growing into the music, that's all I knew. That's the only thing I knew. And that was the start of my career, man, just really getting to be in a studio with one of the greats to ever do it.
I think that makes sense because I think when I listen to Langa stuff, and like, well, obviously I've been doing BVs first time properly for you, so yeah, I can hear the influence. And I don't know if Johnny Sweet was trying to teach me the harmony, and he was teaching me that part, and to me, it sounded like he was having me on, like the part that I was singing, but apparently it was all good. I nailed it, Johnny. I nailed it.
Like
on
this,
stage, that was good. Nah,
like
I got
this
it.
close.
Everyone liked it.
Nah, jokes.
But yeah, you speak about Nanakuli to the boys all the time.
Oh yeah.
So how was it growing up there? Because like, over here in Auckland, we're from like parts that I guess are considered lower socioeconomic places. Like,
I guess they say the less fortunate areas of the islands. I come from a little city called Nanakuli, but really everybody knows it as Waianae. A lot of people know like Max Holloway, grew up over there. On that side, a lot of people hear the bad stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like the fights, the crimes,
Yeah.
But when you really get to, when I grew up on that side, bro, and it's all about loyalty, man. You really fight for your people.
Yeah.
You know, there's people looking from the outside in thinking like, oh, they're no goods. So we all we got, bro. Like that's all we got. We got to stick together. When the world's against us, we just stick together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they can label us the way they want to.
Yeah.
But really, there's no other place I find with the most loyal people that is proud to be from one of the most craziest places in the world. You know what I mean?
And I think that's a trend for all of us. Like we carry where we're from,
For sure.
Like our areas, our
you should never
neighborhoods,
be
all of that
ashamed
stuff.
of where you're from, brother. I don't care what the news say about you or what it is, but it takes us, guys like us, who has a platform to come and say that it's not only bad things that come from this area. You know what I mean? Like we can do good stuff too.
Exactly.
You know? We just need that platform.
And so how did growing up there, like, was it a big influence on your music also?
As far as me, yeah, because I was always with Langa.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was with Langa since I was like 12 years old.
Yeah.
And just going around, being around the music, he introduced me to like guys like Kivini, Siosi, Fiji, of course. My first BVs I got to do with backup vocals I did for Fiji was, Langa was supposed to do it, but our brother Les couldn't make drums. So Langa had to jump on drums. And I remember Langa told me, hey, come do backup for Fiji. I was like, mind blown. I was like, yo, I'm about to sing for Fiji, right? I pull up, Fiji doesn't even know I'm doing BVs for him. He just looks at Langa, he go, who's this guy? Bro, he's like, oh, who's that? I was like, oh, does he even know I'm doing it? And Langa really put on for me. One thing about Langa was any room that we stepped in, he always made sure that he showed people who I was. Like he never ever like failed to say like, oh, I want you to hear this guy sing. And at that time, I was like trying to be humble about it, like, no, it's okay. He's like, no, sing. I'm be like, friggin', I gotta sing, like this music's gonna put on for me, like I wanna make him proud, And he would do that every single time we stepped in the room. So being in Nanakuli with that guy, like made us proud to be of where we're from and who we represent when we get on these big stages. Like goes a long way.
No, I guess we got to give shout outs to Langa, man. He's been showing love like in New Zealand as well. Yeah. And I know he's like big inspiration to you boys over in Hawaii and there. So yeah, man, shout out to Langa, long live Langa. Oh, long live Langa. Yeah. Rest in peace to those way.
Love you, brother.
And I guess from here, when did it like fully kick in, like your career? When did you feel like, man, this is something I'm gonna do, like for good?
You know what's funny? I was just talking with the boys on the way from Tauranga back over here. I've been singing for about 19 years, professionally, getting paid to sing. I started singing when I was about 13 years old. We had a group called H-Tray. And we were like a high school group, and these guys they were all older than me in the 20s. But I would do gigs at the bars and stuff, getting paid. I used to put X's on my hand because I was underage. And that's when I was around music already, like singing in these bars and these clubs, going to school, like feeling like, man, damn, I'm actually doing this. And I felt like that was at that time that I felt, man, I could actually do this as a living. I'm in high school, 12, 13 years old, making like $100 a gig, taking 300 to the school.
That's
like,
big,
that was big to us, like, bro. So I felt like, bro, if I could do this, like I just got to start releasing music, As I got older, the band, everybody grows up. You got families now, you got to take care of, like, the music grind becomes a different grind. When you're not in school anymore, like, you really got to take your serious grind on the side with your family, So it was hard. It got really hard for a moment. Started working a regular 9-to-5 job. I used to climb towers for a living.
Towers?
Yeah, I used to put up cell phone antennas for like AT&T. We used to climb like 100-foot towers, just put up antennas. Shout out to West Tower, that's my old company I used to work for. I used to love it. And I did that for a while, and then a lot of the people that I worked with, they knew I could sing, and a lot of them would come to like some of my gigs that I used to do on the side. It's like, bro, quit your job and do it, And then it wasn't until like 2017 where I met this guy, one of my brothers, man, Ray Pulu. Yeah. I want to give a big shout out to Ray Pulu, man. He heard me sing at a company party that they had for the CS World Furniture Company. And I was singing with my brother Mike. Also, big shout out to my brother Mike from Rebel Soldiers. He gave me a platform to kind of do these gigs on the side with him and like kind of showcase my voice. And the guy Ray Pulu basically just asked Fiji, who was at the gig, like, what do you think about this kid? And Fiji was like, oh, that's one of Langa's boys. Like, he's good. And one day he sat me down, we had a little lunch. He was like, how serious are you about your music? I was like, man, if I had the money to do it, I'd quit my job right now. But he's like, well, if I cut you a check, I won't say how much, but like, if I cut you a check for this much, what would you do? I was like, bro, I quit my job right now. I'll call. Damn. Bro, he cut me a check that night on the table with my wife right next to my daughter at a gig that I had, an acoustic gig. He's like, I want to see you do it, bro. I was like, contract or anything? He's like, bro, I just want to see you do it, bro. I really believe in your talent. Shucks, man. And that was the start of my career. 2018 came, I quit my job January. I got in the studio with that money he gave me, released my first single, Come Around, in April, and I released Love Me 3 months after that. And then ever since then, I never worked a day in my life.
Damn, so that was like what, about a whole year turnaround.
Whole year,
that
just basically just like that. It just took that guy to just believe in my talent, in my gift, and I gotta give that shout out, man. Ray Poole, if it wasn't for that guy, bro, my brother Mike from Rebel Soldiers, just like God put me in these places with these people who really, really believed in what, and I believed, the whole time. I just wanted a chance.
Yeah.
Just give me that chance. I know I could do it. And as much as I wanted to do things longer, like we're just doing things in our own life at that point, but we always work together. But those guys gave me the chance to really get in the studio and pay for my stuff.
Yeah.
And till this day, man, Ray Poole has just always been there. He's the one paid for my music video for Love Me, that blew up.
Awesome. Yeah.
And in that 1 year, I became, breakout artist of the year, male vocalist of the year, and with all that, the Love Me stuff.
Yeah.
And I can't thank him enough. If it wasn't for him seeing the vision that I was seeing and trusting me with that amount of money with no contract, like I don't know anybody else who would do that. Like, that's
love,
hard,
man.
bro.
Yeah,
he has his own family. You know what I mean? You just pulling money out of your pocket because you just believe in somebody.
Man.
It would be disrespectful of me to not give it my everything, everything that I got. You know what I mean? To prove like you did not make a mistake.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I'm gonna prove myself. Yeah.
Because then I guess that next year you came over to New Zealand.
Yeah, literally. No, it was that year, 2018.
Yeah.
The ending of that year, I ended up coming out with Samuel, my brother Samuel.
Yeah, that's right.
Samuel's he came out for a gig, and I was just known as like a backup singer in Hawaii for like a lot of the people that would come over. And I remember I first met Swiss and Tree. He came out, and I'm one of those guys. I study. Just like my brother Johnny Sweet, we like to study a lot. Like I'm gonna show up to this show or this practice.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be having to teach me what I should be knowing, So I took it serious. Like I had my notebook. I remember Swiss and Tree, we had our first rehearsal, and like they were like, "Man, that's dope." Like we've never seen that. Like somebody really take it that serious. I was like, "Oh," so and so had a good relationship with them. And then Samuels came out like a few months after that, and they recommended Samuels to like use me as a BV, and man. Me and Sam was like as if we knew each other for years. Yeah. We got to link and we started talking. I started talking about like things that I was going through. I had lost my parents already at the time. And, I was just asking like, where do I start? This is before I had the whole like funding, the funding. I met Samuels and I told him my story. Yeah. Like how, I just want a chance. Like, where do I start? And he didn't have to, but he gave me his attention and he really like sat me down and was like, bro, show me what the music game is like spitting it real. He told me, you're a good person, dog. Like you're a really good person. You have a good heart. But I'm letting you know this music game can be grimy. Yeah. And honestly, I went through it. Yeah. I recently went through it, man. It really is. Yeah. But one thing Samuel's always told me, bro, and like even my family was, but it's always do right. No matter what the music game brings to you, or no matter what they put on you, never change this on who you are. This right here goes a long way. Yeah, I want to, no matter where your music takes you, what you be known for. I'd rather be known for the guy who had a good heart than the love me guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love that my music, they know me, the love me guy, this and that. But one thing my dad always taught, all of us is just that you represent our last name, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
Your name goes a long way. The first thing they ask is who's your parents. Yeah. I live by that, bro. I want to represent my parents to the fullest.
Like, I wish someone your last name, they can track that back.
Yeah, they look it back. And one thing I want to know, like my parents, they work hard. You know what I mean? Like my dad he was over here in Wellington.
Yeah.
He was living in SA, and he moved to America. Didn't know how to speak English. You know what I mean? Worked 3 jobs in America. Yeah. I could only imagine how hard that is trying to speak to these people. And as a kid, we used to always make fun of my dad's fob and stuff like that. Yeah. But as an adult now, like, man, that's a hustler right there.
Yeah, definitely.
He put everything, he didn't know what was going on, but he just went out and got jobs and fed 9 kids, bro.
9
of us. I'm the youngest of 9, bro. And that's my dad, bro. Like that's what my dad raised all of us to be. Just work hard, support your family, and I live by that. I carry that in my music career. I pray that whenever I come across anybody, that they feel nothing but good vibes and love. Yeah.
Because one of my next questions was going to be like, how has your attitude changed going through all of that stuff in the industry? But I guess on our end, you're the same person from when we met you, to now, you've kept that same heart. But if you had to think, is there anything your attitude has changed about it?
I think it's just it really taught me on who to give my energy to. Yeah. I try to be good to everybody, and which I should. I still believe no matter what you do to me, I'm always going to be the good person and try to be the best I can be to represent, you know, the love of Jesus. Like I'm a firm believer of Jesus Christ, man.
100%.
Like we're not perfect. You know what I mean? We fall short. We're humans. We fall short of the way we act and the way we carry ourselves sometimes. Our flesh gets the best of us sometimes. So I can't say, you know, throughout those times, like, man, I still kept a good heart. You know, man, there's times where I've had the dirtiest thoughts of like how the music industry and how I wanted to just end things. You know what I mean? But the grace of God, bro. The grace and mercy that God gives you that you do not deserve.
Yeah. That's what's so
You don't, I tell you, you tell yourself you don't belong here, bro.
Yeah.
But, bro, if we could just live like Jesus, at least try to, bro. Bro, that goes a long way, man.
Yeah, man. And I know a lot of our music community, they're rooted in the church, you know, they're rooted in their Christianity, and that transfers over to the music. So for you to speak to that, and I know there's probably a lot of young
I know
musicians.
it sounds cliche, you know what I mean? Like a lot of us, we grew up in church. I grew up in church. I had no choice. I had to go to church. But man, I could not agree with my parents more today in this life that I live right now on what they taught us. Like, I used to, man, I gotta wake up for Pese. I go off, you know, just go clean up the church. I'm like, bro, like we're really spending our weekends at the church. I didn't understand it.
Man.
And I live in this day and age where, bro, I took for granted every single day I woke up. I used to think like, man, tomorrow I'll just do it tomorrow. Wait. People don't get that opportunity to wake up sometimes. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it makes you think that much more like, man, what can I do today to make sure that no matter what happens tomorrow, like, you know, when it comes, at least you know you said you did your best, right?
That's true.
You did the best you possibly could.
And so I guess you've dropped a lot of gems already, but I mean, if there's like some young kid who's in your position and he's wanting to get like to where you are, like what's some advice you'd give to that kid?
Don't change who you are unless it doesn't align with God. Yeah. You know what I mean? A lot of us try to chase the clout. You know what I mean? A lot of the people in the music, I feel like try to chase what the wave is, what's new right now, you know, that they end up falling away from who their true identity is. If this is you, well, that's you. That's what makes you you. There's a reason why that person doesn't do that, because that's not you. Do that. You know what I mean? But as far as like, you know, when you move on to the industry, like if it doesn't align with what God would do, what Jesus would do, rethink your process. Rethink it. You don't want to lose your peace in something like this. You know what I mean? The music is fun. You get to see the stage, you know, you get to see the people and love what you're doing. But it's not worth your peace, if you know what I mean. You know? Giving it all that you got and lose your peace doing it is worth nothing. Make sure you're doing it, you know, you're loving it at the same time and knowing that you're doing it for the right reasons. You know?
Yeah, and that's so true of you also, because like I said, man, you've never changed and you've had all of these accomplishments. And I know because you're just so humble, like you would never speak about them.
Oh, you're the humblest guy I know.
I'm really humble, but I think you're more humble. I'm probably more humble than you. But I don't like saying that.
I think Johnny's more humble than everybody.
I'm probably the most humblest in this room. But I don't want to speak too much on that. But yeah, like on your accomplishments, it's like, man, you briefly went over your awards, but this is award you swept there. There's that 1 year end.
Yeah, so I got nominated for Music Video of the Year, which was Love Me, a Song of the Year for Love Me, Breakout Artist of the Year, Male Artist of the Year. And that was the first, that was the second Island Music Awards that they held. And that was my first one I ever got nominated for. And I ended up sweeping that year, all four. And it was crazy because just to be nominated, I was up against like J Bug, you know, some of the big names in the industry, the Green, and just to be a part of that was already, I was already, man, I won. To me, like I'm being mentioned upon these names, the guys that I grew up listening to. But whether I win or not, I feel like I did it, you know, thank you. And the fact that I actually got to walk away with it, man, and I had all my siblings there. All my siblings were there. It was one of the craziest feelings in the world, man. And to this day, like, I can't even tell you what the moment was like. Because I try to relive the moment. I can't. It's like it's just happened so fast.
Because they were live streaming here with Star Wars. I remember all the boys were watching, man. We were like, happy as. Because, we just see you sweep, like, every award you went up for, you got it pretty much.
I got it,
And, like I said, man, all those accomplishments that you've gotten, and nothing's changed about you, so, like, you're still the same person. And not only that, man, you've gone on a couple of tours already, So can you tell us about a few of them? The Green.
Yeah, so I done my first tour I ever did was actually with Rebel Soldiers, the ending of 2018, and then I went into a tour with my brother Samuels and Samu over here.
Oh yeah, someone came.
Yeah, and then I did a tour with the Green also that year. I've done shows with a tour with Catch a Fire, Common Kings, Maoli, and then I did my own tour out here with my brother Johnny Sweet.
Yeah,
got to come back out here to the beautiful New Zealand, man.
Exactly. But yeah, like I said, this your third time here.
Yep.
Second One Love there.
Yeah. Second One Love.
So how's it changed from the first time to the third time? Like coming back here. Besides the pies, because this guy has been having like 3 pies a day, like 3 bakery pies, big vids.
We're not supposed to talk
5.
about that.
Sorry, 5 pies a day. Sorry, I thought I said 3.
Wow.
5. My bad.
I guess.
5.
Only 2.
Man, my guy's been on a pie diet this whole time he's been here.
Yeah. Since I've been here, I've been eating a lot of pies, bro.
The boys have been taking mini gas stations
today.
Yeah.
I was pie wasted today, bro. But I told myself I'm gonna eat so much pies that by the time I leave, I'm gonna be sick and tired, so that when I go there, I'm not craving it.
Yeah.
But I'm already craving it right now.
But yeah, man, New Zealand's, because like I know in Hawaii, man, like you're everywhere also, and your song "Love Me" over here is massive too. But I still think it's a bit like untapped, like the Kiwis over here, like getting into our island reggae music. Like we love Fiji and all of that over here. But I think the potential for you guys, even though you're big over here, the potential is so much more. So yeah, man. And
I believe too. I mean, I believe we're just scratching the surface.
Yeah,
bro,
100%, man.
The people have yet to hear the best of what I have.
Yeah.
A lot of the music that I had released was just the beginning of my career where I was just testing waters.
Yeah.
And a lot of the music after that was just like through a time where I was going through like a lot of things in the music industry. Where I dealt with depression, dealt with a lot of things like that with my family. It's not an easy life to live when you're a husband, a father.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta have someone who trusts you and holds it down at home. So I gotta give a shout out to my wife. You know, without my wife, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. To be honest, this music has put us through a lot of things.
Yeah.
But God has blessed me with an amazing wife, bro.
Yeah.
Like without her, like I said, man, I wouldn't be able to do this.
Yeah.
She's a real one, man. She stuck around and really fought for me. Yeah.
So I guess you've already went over a bit, but family must be really important in your music
Very
journey.
important, bro. If nothing's right at home, I can't do this.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be able to do this. And I feel like that's why the last 2-3 years, I wasn't able to do what I wanted to do in the music scene because just home wasn't right.
Yeah.
Everybody goes through their, trials in their relationships. Me and my wife had dealt with some of the craziest ones. But like I said, man, the grace of God, bro.
Yes, sir.
Like when you tap in with him and really get your life right with him, and both of you are on the same page with him, knowing to love him before you actually love each other, bro.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I told my wife, we're at this point where I want you to love him more than you love me. Like I need you to.
Yeah.
I don't want you, I need you to. Because I know when you're right with him,
then
we're good here. We understand what we're going through in life, like what we have to do. What I lack, you're the strengths, right?
Yes,
you catch me on that. What you lack, I got you.
Yeah.
And it's not a relationship where you tend to be like, I do more than you on this. That's how it was for a very long time.
Yeah.
But when you start to get locked in with God, you understand, man, that's the reason why God put you guys together. You guys complement each other well. You know what I mean? Just like when you play in a band. You know what I mean? Like the bass and drums, they got to complement each other.
And the
BVs,
I mean?
Yeah, and everything.
Really.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the BVs.
BVs one of the best.
The BVs pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah.
Especially on yesterday, they were really good.
Yeah, but there was that one.
Was his name Jerry? Was it Jerry? I think it was Jerry. Yeah. Was it that one?
Yeah, something like that. Jerry with a D.
Yeah. Everyone's got a D on both states.
Pause.
All right, so I guess what's next for you, Mo? So, like, what's in the works? Anything that you can announce?
Yeah, I've been working on a lot of music. I'm actually planning to drop a single by the summertime in the U.S. So, like, probably like April, May.
Yeah.
Around that time. And I don't want to say who it's with yet. It's a featured artist, but I'm looking forward to it. It's a different vibe.
Yeah.
Definitely a different vibe from reggae. I grew up on a lot of R&B music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hip hop R&B. So it's my first time really catering to that side of it. Yeah.
I guess, man, I want to talk about that because I think for a lot of people in New Zealand, like reggae is massive here too. And I think for a lot of artists, sometimes for them to wanna, I guess in terms of make it, they sort of have to do some reggae at some point. So
Yeah.
because I know you mix it really well, man. Your R&B, and your reggae is good.
It was a tough challenge at first. The only reason why I had a real good conversation with Fiji one time, and he asked me what I wanted to do as far as music.
Yeah.
I told him I wanted to do R&B. And mind you, I'm living in Hawaii at the time. I want to do R&B.
Yeah.
And he straight up told me, I was like, oh, okay. Well, you're in the wrong place.
For real?
Yeah, bro. I remember we were at the Crab Shack in Kapolei. We're having a few drinks after a Valentine's show that I did with Tunes and Kaipu Kapua.
Yeah.
We used to do these telegrams. I remember we went to go meet up with Fiji over there. And me and my wife were just hanging out. And he was just having a deep conversation. He's like, no, for real, what kind of music you want to do? I was like, oh, I want to do R&B. He's like, oh, nice. Yeah, you're in the wrong place. I was like, okay. He's like,
what's next?
Yeah. And he was like, it was, like, we just got more into conversation about it. But it made me realize that, reggae is massive. In Hawaii.
Yeah.
The green and all the music over there. And for me to try and pursue the R&B is like a very small crowd of who I was trying to favor. And there's not much shows that was doing it. So I wanted to try and do the R&B scene. Yeah. I mean, the reggae scene, but still keep my style of music. And I felt, in the beginning, I was very hesitant of how people would take it.
Yeah.
Because I know it wasn't the style of reggae that was going on in Hawaii. And when I released Come Around and Love Me just blew up the way it did. And I'm happy I stuck to it, what I wanted to do, as far as the R&B style on that reggae track.
So I guess I can hear it, like, I can hear the R&B influence, like, even though it's over, like, the rhythms and that. Like, it sounds really good. So, yeah, man, I think for a lot of these artists who are struggling with that blend,
I think your music goes back to me saying,
helps,
don't change who you are.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If that's your style, that's your style.
Yeah.
I learned to grow into, appreciating what talent, what gift God has blessed me with. And the choice of melodies that come to head. I realized I sit into a lot of studio stations with a lot of people, and it made me realize of the gift that God has really blessed me with. I'm not talking down on any other artist, I'm not talking down on anyone. It's just, but the choice of melodies, the choice of harmonies, the things that come to mind doesn't come naturally to many others. Yep. But I'm honored and blessed to have this gift. Man, I didn't realize it until I started doing these sessions, and man, it made me just stay true to who I was. Okay, this is how I do music. This is how I do it in the studio.
Because I know you've pretty much collabed with, I guess, the best of the best in island reggae. Is there someone that you haven't yet, like a dream collab that you want to do something with us?
I have one that we're releasing.
Is that the one you can't announce?
I can announce this one. It's a track with my good brother Langa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Langa had some unreleased music that he had had back in the days. And mind you, I had these tracks in my email from like 2010, 11, 12. I was just a kid, And he would send me these tracks. And some of my brothers hit me up, Carl, Noah, Hot Rain, Leslie, Bimwala, drummer for Bugs, and Jay Keys. They said they were working on some things. Wow. You know what I mean? And they felt like, it would be nice for me to jump on this track that they had of Langa's. And they made me do the second verse on one of the songs. So I'm looking forward to it because, man, Langa's my GOAT, man. Yep. Langa is one guy that I've always wanted to be like. I wanted to sing like this guy. I don't think a lot of people even know how vocally good he was. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys know how good he was as vocals, but I don't think you guys really know how vocally good it was. This guy was insane.
Yeah. I mean, I used to watch his...
the way he created things, and bro.
Like his process of creation, like process, when he'd put his videos up, crazy.
And the way he did runs and stuff effortlessly, like, that's the GOAT, man.
Yeah,
Langa's my GOAT, for sure.
Ah, man, sick use, man. I guess, what's any other advice for any artist, like, that's trying to come up, that's trying to do something different, or that wants to get on these festivals, wants to travel?
Know the business.
Yeah.
Know your business. I know a lot of us, we just know we have the talent, we have the gift. Oh, I know how to sing.
Yeah.
Know your business. Just know the business. Don't let nobody talk you into thinking, this is how you learn it yourself.
Okay.
Really take the time to learn it. Because then at that point, you know what responsibilities you're giving these people.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, this is your stuff. Don't let nobody take these stuff from you. You know what I mean? This is your music. You wrote it.
Yeah.
You made the melodies. You did everything for it. That's your song.
Yeah.
Whoever's coming to help you with that song, let them do what you want them to do.
Yep.
Not what they want to do for it. Do your business right. You know?
So.
the music can be crazy, bro. The music game, make sure you stay locked in with your prayers, man. Make sure that God, that you ask God to just keep the right people around you.
Sure.
You can get caught up with the wrong crowd and think they're there for you, and just lose focus on who God is,
Yep.
and you just fall astray. And it's happened to me. But like I said, God's grace, man. You just stay locked in with Him. He's always just waiting with arms wide open for you, brother.
Nah, man, thank you so much, Mo. So I guess I think that's everything we wanted to hear from you today, Maus.
Oh, man.
We really appreciate you, and I know you're heading back to Hawaii soon, so can't wait to... Actually, when are you coming back? When's the next tour here in New Zealand?
I know what? Hopefully soon, bro.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get back the ending of this year, like how we did the last time.
Yeah,
We did our tour. Hopefully we come back and run that thing back, man.
Okay. Nice also. All right, before you go, so I guess some rapid fire questions. Top 3 pies you've tasted here in New Zealand?
Oh, on this trip,
Yeah.
butter chicken. I'm always a mince and cheese guy.
Yeah.
That's my go-to. And butter chicken.
Nice. All right, second one was who's an artist you want everyone to listen to, up and coming, someone that you think should get some more love?
Gotta give a shout out to my brother, Pono, Mr. Shant.
Yeah.
You guys never heard of this guy?
Yeah.
One of the most underrated artists I know, bro. This guy is so talented. Produces his own music, masters his own music, writes his own stuff, and I'm talking. He makes hits.
Yeah.
I wish he got more attention than he does, but that's one of the baddest guys in the game, man.
Sure, I've seen his stuff too.
Yeah, bro. He's nice, man, for sure.
I guess the last one. If you had one song to listen to for the rest of your life, which one would you choose?
When I first saw you,
My guy.
I said to myself,
All right, thank you. That's all we have time for today. We'll make some love to my Sophia.
Wow, charge me.
And I hope if we're lucky enough, man, Mauso's going to do a jam maybe a bit later before we go to Hawaii.
Yes,
maybe.
sir.
That's not a definite. But if you're lucky enough, then we're going to do one. So once again, thank you to Mauso.
My brother.
Appreciate
Love
you,
you,
Suso.
dog.
Thank you so much. Shout out to Elevate Studios.
Yes,
Once
yeah.
again, this is the Greenroom Podcast. Subscribe, get us some money. We out of here. Let's go.